Đây. Đây. Anh trai.
That's totally cool. We'll go back to that animal. So there are a couple ways to eat these animals. How's it going, everybody? So, number one, some of these animals we can, well actually all of them, we can have on our two hands like this. So just make them like a nice book, open wide, put them together nice and flat. I'll put the animal on your hands. If you decide, this ain't for me, just say, Kyle, take it off. I should say, my name is Kyle. I work at SaveNature.org at the Insect Discovery Lab. So over in Dog Patch, not too far. Yeah, so if it's not your thing, that's totally okay. You can just look at the insects. Also, if you don't want to have it on your hands, just one gentle finger, pretend it's like a little bunny rabbit or a baby brother or sister. You don't want to poke it like this. It's not respectful. We want to respect these animals. If we respect them, they will respect us. And yeah, we're really, really gentle. So these animals are totally safe. There are a lot of bugs that can hurt us, they can sting us, bite us, not these bugs. So if you follow all the instructions, you'll be completely safe, and you're gonna really enjoy touching them. These are some of my favorite bugs to handle. All right, so first, an insect that lives right here in San Francisco. This insect does have a little bit of an aroma sometimes, so after you touch it, you might want to sniff your fingers. It has a weird, funky smell, so it's kind of like a skunk in that it defends itself with chemicals. Insects there on the menu, there's so many of them. In fact, if you took all the insects on Earth, all the bugs, everything in the soil, in the air, also in the water, in the oceans, and you added it all together, put it on a scale, that would be way more than all the elephants, all the whales, all the people, all the cows combined. There's just so many insects, they're everywhere. Yeah, so they're a really great source of food for all kinds of animals. They're a really important part of the food web. It's all connected, and because of that, insects, they always have to be one step ahead. They're always evolving new defenses to stay safe. So that's one of the big themes here that we're going to see today. All these insects, they have different unique ways of staying off the menu, trying to stay one step ahead of the predators. And this insect uses scent, so you might roll with some. All right. So these are darkling beetles. You remember they are dark in the night. They always travel in twos, just so they don't get lonely on the road. Yeah, they are part of our cleanup crew. They're scavengers. They're great to have around. They turn all the dead stuff, carrion, poo, and they bring it back into the soil. They help us recycle nutrients. You might be more familiar with their babies. They start out life as little wriggly worms. They're called mealworms. Who's ever tried some mealworms? Barbecue flavor? Pretty good. Or if you have a pet reptile, you might give your reptile mealworms. So they're a very common animal that are raised in captivity. All right, so I'm going to come around. If you want to either touch or handle it, you can.
Cái này nó muốn người bảo là
City, gentle.
sao nói cho bà miếng dưới.
What is that? Yeah, be sure you get pictures. It's not pictures too.
Xi á. Đúng rồi, xi á.
Thanks, that's okay.
You're touching too?
Everyone gets a chance, so grown-ups, adults, kids. All right. So keep them out flat for me.
You want to touch it?
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah. You've seen on a show? Excellent. All right. So this one comes out at night.
Okay, mang cây giỏi
Nocturnal
đó.
animal.
She won.
Would you like to?
Xin đi. Ở hai tay.
So two hands, please.
Two hand.
All right. I know you gotta have them together.
Two
Yeah,
hand.
like a book. All right. Whoa! How is that?
Nice.
Is that cool? It feels kind of ticklish. All right. You wanna? Yeah.
Are you all done? Okay, here, hold on here. Sean, are you ready? Okay, I'll hold it here. Look here.
Sydney em đi già không? Đi già không?
Florida from the Everglades, which is essentially a river of grass. You might be able to guess. It's a grasshopper. It loves grass. Here at the Insect Discovery Lab, it is among the most hungriest animals. So we're always preparing meals for it, especially as it gets hotter and hotter this summer.
Wow.
Not too hot, it's in the city, but still, as it gets warmer, we need to prepare even more food. You might have heard that insects, they are what we call ectotherms. So another word for that is cold-blooded. So their activity level corresponds to the outside temperature. As it gets hot, during the summertime, we oftentimes get kind of sleepy and slow down, but insects, they speed up. All right, so we're always preparing some nice fruit salad, lettuce, all kinds of stuff. They also eat fish flakes. Who has a goldfish? Anyone? Anyone have a goldfish? So they need some protein. We give them a nice fish flake formula. So get a really well-balanced diet with all the vitamins, minerals. Yeah. So this is a lubber grasshopper. If I brought a native San Francisco grasshopper to the park today, it would jump off, it would fly away. This grasshopper, it has another way of staying safe. It doesn't need to jump really far or fly. It's poisonous. Don't eat this grasshopper. It's mildly poisonous. If you ate it, you get a tummy ache. Wouldn't feel too good. It would taste terrible. This is not the kind of grasshopper you'd want to eat. There are many kinds of grasshoppers that are delicious. They've been eaten for thousands of years around the world. A really big part of different cuisines. Not this guy. So, I'm going to come around. There's also, let me see if there's a larger one. So they have very vivid markings, very, what we call warning coloration. I'm going to use this one so you can see that warning coloration. I love handling the grasshoppers. They have these sticky feet, almost like Velcro. You can see that body armor. They have what's called this material called chitin. So it almost feels like a plastic. It's tough, yet kind of bendy, kind of flexible. Great natural armor. Yeah. Like the beetle, they're considered these scavengers. They're eating anything they can find. Okay. So they will make, this is one of the two insects that makes a noise that I'm going to bring. So when they're all together, they're a really social insect. They like to animals. They avoid animals that we call decomposers. You know what are decomposers? Yeah. And we need that. When there's stuff that dies, we need decomposers to break down the dead stuff and the poo and turn it into dirt to bring those nutrients back into the soil. Does anyone here like to garden?
Wow, Sydney lại có con này nè.
Yeah, excellent. So, have you ever seen a roly-poly before? Yeah, one of my favorites. They roll into balls. Some roly-polies, believe it or not, are related to shrimp. They're called isopods, they're kind of crustacean. But other roly-polies are millipedes. They're called pill millipedes. Now, I would not bring pill millipede to your birthday. That would not be very exciting.
Wow.
So, we have a giant African millipede. This millipede gets even bigger. So if you hold out your arm, the biggest ones can get from your fingertip to your elbow. So about a foot. Good. Yeah. Pretty cool. They will roll up almost like a cinnamon roll as their defense. They have a hard exoskeleton just like that beetle. It feels almost waxy. That helps to keep them from drying out. They always travel with some dirt. You have to make sure they don't dry out on the road. Some nice potting soil. They're one of those animals that turns this stuff into this stuff. They're great to have in your garden. Do I have any mathematicians here? Who likes to count? You want to count? Who likes this millipede? All right, let's estimate. Let's try to make an informed guess. How many legs does this millipede have? 1,000 legs. That is a great guess. It is lower than that. Yeah. 100? A little bit higher. You're close. You're very close. Yeah. All right, I'll give you a hint. So, a centipede has 2 legs per segment or stripe, so 1 leg on each side. Millipedes, they have 2 pairs of legs per stripe, so 4 legs. And I'll tell you this, millipede, it has 60 stripes. So 60 times 4? 240! 240! Alright, so, bring this millipede around. Kind of like the darkling beetle, it also has a chemical defense. It will smell. Sometimes it has an unusual smell. Very different from the darkling beetle smell. You want to treat it with respect. It's really gentle. I do recommend holding out your hands so you can feel those hundreds of legs crawling over you. It's a really unique experience. Feel your hand. Feel really gentle. So these are insects. They're in a group of animals called myriapods, along with the centipedes. Centipedes have a venomous bite. They're predators. Some of the largest centipedes can take down lizards and mice. Yeah. Really gentle. This is our most fragile animal. Yeah, they mostly use their sense of touch to get around. They live under the leaf litter. That was
great. Cái vậy? Anh hỏi nó bao nhiêu cái giò vậy? Anh hỏi nó bao nhiêu cái giò vậy?
Yeah, centipede has about half that. All right. You want to touch?
No, thank you.
All right. This is my favorite one.
Daddy.
Very protective of it. Have you ever touched an millipede? Yeah. So next time you dig in the dirt, you might see a roly-poly. We also have other small millipedes around here too. Oh wow! Yeah.
Daddy, open.
This is what takes care of our green waste. Along with some of the other animals that we have here.
Boy! Ở ghế ngồi đi con.
But good thing it's an millipede container because they just stay in the soil. Okay, for our next animal. Ooh, this one's black. So, we're going to travel to Australia to check out a very well-disguised animal that lives in the trees. It is perfectly camouflaged. It's one of the best examples of camouflage in the animal kingdom. Alright. So, if you live in the city, you are familiar with this kind of bush. It grows everywhere. Blackberry. And blackberry, that's just water, so we always have these little containers for the water just to keep the leaves fresh. It's an herbivore, so it's just munching on the leaves. Unlike the grasshoppers or the beetles, we don't provide it with lettuce. It just eats this Himalayan blackberry. That can be gathered everywhere in the city. You can find it up on Mount Davidson. It looks like a praying mantis. That's a great guess. What if I told you this is a walking stick? Who's seen Bug's Life? It's a classic. So Bug's Life, the walking stick in Bug's Life looks more like a twig or a branch. This one looks more like a dead leaf. It doesn't just look like a dead leaf, it acts like a dead leaf. So you'll see it does kind of this, some dance moves, sways side to side. They'll also freeze. They'll stick out their front pair of legs and freeze for up to 8 hours. And almost like Spider-Man, they can hang with their bristles and grip on to any branch. Yeah, a lot of people when they see this, they freak out. They think it's a scorpion. I would not bring a scorpion to your birthday party. No way. But it can mimic a scorpion. So sometimes, if their camouflage fails, if they don't manage to they can curl up their abdomen just like this, and that mimics a scorpion. It's kind of like some of those butterflies that aren't poisonous that look just like poison butterflies. It's a similar strategy. This is a female. If I brought a male, you might have to barely fly at all. They lay their eggs, so every time we transport these animals, they take the eggs, as they fall down to the forest floor, and then as they grow up, they crawl up the trees. Alright.
Okay, why don't you set aside?
Alright. Coming around. You want to touch?
No. Con nó con gì vậy?
It's an Australian walking stick.
Con gì vậy anh? Là con nó con gì vậy con Kỳ?
You want to touch? Alright. Alright.
Nãy ra ba hỏi lớp chung với đó không?
It just hurts.
Blends in with all the bottoms of the leaves. So the tops of the leaves, that's where the leaves are making their food. If you heard of photosynthesis, it's happening on the tops of the leaves, so it wants to blend in with those darker tops with all that chlorophyll. There's another animal that has this kind of camouflage that lives just right over there off the coast, past Ocean Beach. It's dark gray on the top and it's white on the bottom. Great white sharks. The sharks are a classic example of what we call counter shading. So they blend in no matter which way you're looking at them. Alright, this one also has the spines. You can imagine if a monkey grabbed it, ow, that would hurt. I recommend either touch it with one finger, or if you want to have it on your hands, you can. This is an experience. Yeah. This is a female. Like the last one, the males, they fly. We would not want to get an invasive population here. Female, this is one of the biggest insects that we have. Alright. Are you ready? You wanna? Alright, if you want me to take it off, we'll take it off. So sometimes they fall off. That happens in nature too. Over time, that happens. Yeah, these ones
Cái
they
này
eat
muốn
leaves
không?
just
Cái
like
này
the
muốn
last
không?
one. Their
Muốn
care
ai
is very
đợi
similar to the Australian walking sticks.
One of his antenna is shorter.
Yeah, it broke off. That happens over time.
That doesn't hurt him.
It would be better if it had a whole one, but that's what happens. Yeah.
Xin đi đưa tay lấy. Xin đi.
Sorry, she. I keep forgetting. Yeah, so most insects, the females are much bigger. All right. We'll climb onto you.
Đưa tay lên. Two hand.
Oh, it's okay. So once she gets onto your shirt,
She wants to draw on you. Yeah, does it hurt? Oh, it's scratching your shirt. Oh my goodness.
wanna get a picture?
Mày. Xin đi nó cũng muốn nữa, đang đợi.
Oh, get back here.
Wow.
Let me get one.
It's stuck on him.
Awesome.
I wish that would happen.
Want it all?
Let me know.
Cái này mà nó ra thì nó không nó ra còn gì đâu muốn
Shirt.
Rồi.
Thinks it's a leaf.
Rồi, xin đi.
Yeah, so
Xin đi
this
chú
was
hand.
used as
Chú
inspiration by
hand.
George Lucas for some of the aliens. Yeah.
Hai, siêu one. Xin đi chú hand.
All right.
Chú hand.
Oh, you sure about that? Get in there.
If you want it off, say take it off. How is that? Have you ever seen an insect that big? This is one of my personal
Xin đây
favorites.
nè. Xin đây đang muốn đụng lên thấy không?
Yeah.
Để cầm này cho em nè.
Yeah, it's a nice sweater. So.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I like that.
All right. All right. Would anyone else like to touch this giant thorny phasmid? You got it. Everywhere. Some of them live on our bodies, on animals' bodies, on birds. They're everywhere. We also have scorpions. Who's ever seen a scorpion? That's why you always want to check your boots. Also, let's see, we have spiders. I love spiders personally. And this is an animal which is in its own group. It looks like a cross between a spider and a scorpion. If you've seen Harry Potter 2 and the Chamber of Secrets, anyone? Bit of a classic, yeah. So in Harry Potter 2, in the creepy spider forest, some of those weren't spiders. They're actually these kinds of animals. So this is known as a whip scorpion or a vinegaroon. It's from the southwestern deserts of the United States. It comes out at night. It's nocturnal. It mostly hunts with its sense of touch. So a little bit about the anatomy of the arachnid. There are four pairs of legs. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So those long ones in the front, those really long, slender legs, that's their front pair. I'll get to that. And then we have those pinchers, kind of like a scorpion's pinchers. Those are actually their mouth parts. They're known as pedipalps. And then finally, which makes this arachnid really distinctive, it has that whip tail. So the whip scorpion, let's crouch down, everybody. You don't want to. All right, so the whip scorpion, it uses that whip tail to fling out a drop of acetic acid. Do I have any chemists here? So when you get acid in your eyes, that does not feel very good. Acetic acid, it smells kind of like vinegar because guess what? It is vinegar. It is a very strong dilution, like a 90% dilution of acetic acid. It smells like vinegar, and that's how they repel predators. But only if they're really upset with you. So it also gives it its other name, vinegaroon. You might have seen these at SF Zoo. Does anyone want to hold your hands out? All right, so let's get lower down, everybody. All right. I'm gonna keep my hands right under. There you go. How's that feel? No, they use acetic acid as their defense. Anyone else?
Okay.
Pull them out. Crickets. They're not live crickets. This is a nocturnal animal. They like to hide during the daytime. Be a little bit introverted. Solitary. Yeah. For the adults, I do have, so our nonprofit, we're all about saving rainforest land. That's one of the best ways we can help out different species that are going extinct. Also help people live in the rainforest. So if you want, I have some of these. We do birthday parties, we do different events, corporate events.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions? I can stick around for a little bit longer.
Do you want to have something?
Oh, I'm all good actually. Maybe just on the
Nhóc lên đại hàng nè, nhóc lên nè. Đó hai thằng này cũng chơi chung với nhau. Nguyên lớp tụi nó không có mấy chục đứa đó. Mà có thằng Tàu nữa, thằng Tàu nên sao không thấy rồi. Có 3 thằng. Ai nhỏ con gái Tàu. Mới không thấy mấy đứa con gái, bộ lớp nó tới là thấy con trai không vậy?